Iowa soccer coach Janet Rayfield with us. Janet, 200 wins over the weekend for you, and it looked like quite a few congratulatory balloons, flowers, everything in your office here.
Yeah, it's been it's been wonderful. The alumni and family and friends that have acknowledged a milestone. I feel like I'm having my 50th birthday all over again, but it's been fantastic. I think when you've been involved in building a program, there's a lot of people that came through and laid bricks along the way, and all of those people helped celebrate those 200 victories. And a lot of people were a part of those, whether it was players or staff. So hopefully all of those people are celebrating with me.
And just talk about the team's performance over the weekend. Couple of nice wins, 3 goals in each. Looked like Friday you were really in control throughout. Sunday was a little bit more of a battle for you.
I think Sunday's always a little bit more of a battle, but 6 goals, 6 different goal scorers. I think 4 shots or 6 shots or something like that total throughout the weekend. So I think a pretty good overall team performance. I'm one of those coaches, I always think we could be better, and there's certainly things that we took from the weekend that we're going to continue to improve on as we head into conference play. But this team has a lot of grit, and we weren't playing our best on Sunday, but the grit and determination that they had, and finally found a way to find the back of the net and to do those things. And they're a gritty team, and they've worked hard, and they've found a way to win games. And 5 victories going into the going into conference play, I think is good given the schedule that we've played. We've done a good job. We've gotten better as a result of it, and we'll certainly go into the conference play with some confidence.
Nicole Brees with 3 assists for you on Sunday. She leads the team with 5 assists this season. Talk about what she's brought, not only in terms of the flip throw, but also her other playmaking ability.
Yeah, she's really, I think, gotten some confidence 1v1 on the flank, and is been able to get to the inline and serve balls across. And we're organizing the box really well when she does that. So we're finding seams, and people are creating seams, and so we're doing some things that allow her to find someone in the box. And certainly the flip throw continues to be dangerous. But I think what's good about this team is there's a sense of discipline to them, and everyone plays their role. Brees's role is to take people on it, to be dangerous and get to the end line and make back lines defend the space behind them, and the rest of us is to get in the box and do our job. And when we do both sides of those, we end up with goals, and it's not any one individual. Everybody's doing their job, and the end result is that Illinois finds a way to get the ball in the back of the net, and I think that's what we really did this weekend.
Talk about where you feel the defense is, allowing the 3 goals to Notre Dame in the opener, but since then I think only 2 goals total. So talk about where you think the defense is right now.
And again, it's from front to back. Our defensive mentality through our forwards, our midfield, and our back line. Certainly our organization is better. Our communication is better. Our composure is better than it was in the Notre Dame game, and certainly than it was last year. And so that continues to improve. You take that organization and leadership and composure, and you add to it with the grit that's being played with all over the field, and you end up with not a whole lot of opportunities and not a whole lot of goals. And I think the thing that is even better than not giving up goals is we're just not giving up a lot of opportunities. I think last year Claire had who knows how many saves by this point in time, and now her job, she's become a better organizer. That's made us better organization in the back, and we're just limiting the opportunities that other teams are getting.
You go into conference play, Iowa in the opener, an NCAA tournament team a year ago. I know they've had some issues with injuries. They've got a new coach. How is that going to change what they do on the field this week, you think?
I think it's, at this point in time, there's a lot of unknowns in the Big Ten. You can look at tape. They've still got some great personalities. They've got a ton of senior leadership. They may have a new coach, but they've got a culture there that went to the NCAA tournament, that expects to get back. It's a senior class that got a taste of it and certainly wants it back. And you've got players like Melanie Pickard in the back. You've got Chloe Lacoste. You've got players that on both sides of the ball that can make things happen. So it's certainly going to be a tough road opener for us, the first game of the season.
And just talk about where you feel this team is heading into Big Ten play overall. I would imagine with the 5 wins and with the way the team's playing defensively, you have to feel pretty good about your situation right now.
Yeah, I think this team is where we want them to be. They're still improving, and certainly there's a lot of season left. But I think this team has been tested, and they've responded well to that test. I think they've improved. I think they're a complete team. I think we've got players on both sides of the ball, and it's a team. This team is playing together. You don't have that kind of defense unless you're really kind of together. And I think the unity that this team has is going to be something that they carry into the Big Ten season and will be an important piece of the equation for them.
You said, before the season that you considered the top 11 in the Big Ten, pretty much a toss-up. You still feel that way? A couple weeks in?
There are certainly some Big Ten teams that have had amazing non-conference schedules. You look at Washington and Wisconsin and what they did this last weekend up in Washington, beating Washington 4-0 and Portland 3-0. You got to look at them and say, there's a team that's going to contend with. But I think every team in the Big Ten has had a result that you go, they could beat anybody on any given day, and that's what the Big Ten is all about. I think any team in the Big Ten could win on a given day. And you got to do that for 13 games now and see who's got the most points at the end. And that means every point's going to matter, every game's going to matter, every second of every game matters. And that's what makes Big Ten soccer so exciting. I don't think you can take any opponent for granted. And, who's going to end up in the top 8 is anybody's guess. Go have a fantasy league because nobody's going to know the answer to that question.
The opening weekend's a little different. You play a Thursday, Sunday. Is that extra day in between, you think, going to help, having to go to Nebraska after Iowa?
Well, everybody in that foursome is playing on Thursday, Sunday. So, I think it helps in terms of recovery. It helps Sunday be a better game, but it doesn't help us be more prepared. We've got to out-recover people with the same amount of recovery time. So what I do think it helps maybe is the quality of the game on Sunday at Nebraska being a little higher since both teams have an extra day of rest. So, that just helps the game. I don't know that it gives either team an advantage. It gives the conference an opportunity to have a better game on Sunday, and that's certainly, I think, something to look forward to.